We should point out that this search is concentrated in a remote part of the Indian Ocean in some of the deepest water on the planet. CBS This Morning contributor Michio Kaku is a physics professor at the City University of New York. He joins us from Columbus, Ohio. Professor, good to have you here this morning.
Glad to be on the show.
Let's talk about this area because it is some 1,500 miles southwest of Perth, Australia, somewhat near some islands near Antarctica. This is a very remote part of the world. It's also very stormy. How difficult will this search be?
Well, remember that it's a race against time. The window of opportunity is closing very rapidly. This area of the Indian Ocean is quite turbulent, and even a gentle current of 5 miles an hour could create a debris field of hundreds of miles across. And remember that the black box has a beacon. But that beacon has a battery with a life of 30 days, and we've already lost 2 weeks. And so the window of opportunity is closing very rapidly. It's a race to the bottom.
But Professor, we have heard from Australian authorities that this area could be about 9,000 feet deep. Air France was about 12,000 feet deep. Does that provide some promising information about finding this black box?
Well, the black boxes are not designed to work 2 miles below the surface of the water. And in Air France 447, it took 2 years to locate the black box precisely because the beacon did not work. And so here we have an opportunity. We still have 2 weeks to locate the beacon, to find the black box, because that's where the smoking gun is. The smoking gun is not the debris on the surface of the water, it's in the black box. And if we don't find it in the next few weeks, it means we are blind. We're blind because there's no more beacon to guide our submarines. And we're going to have to use robot submarines. Humans cannot operate 2 miles under the ocean.
And then, Professor Kaku, I am fascinated by this satellite imagery that spotted these objects. This is from a company called Digital Globe. It's a U.S. company. Their images are from 4 days ago. This company and others have been using crowdsourcing to look at all this satellite imagery. Is there somebody now that's saying, what's the satellite imagery from yesterday? What's the satellite imagery from 10 days ago? There's got to be a lot of imagery of this space that they're pouring over.
Yes, but we don't have real-time photographs available immediately. And remember that the atmosphere and the weather conditions change. Right now, it's quite turbulent in that area. 4 days ago, we had a clear shot at the debris. Now it's much less so. And that's why we're dumping buoys in the area to measure the atmospheric conditions and the drift of the ocean currents. So literally, it's a race against time, and the window of opportunity is closing very soon.
Thank you, Professor.